Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Dan Sherry. I own Kennedy's Creative Awards here in Waukegan and the ID store in Barrington. They're two small businesses doing the same thing. We create awards. We're engravers. Our family, second generation of family engravers. By the time I've got about 10 employees. By the time I finish this, your people are probably going to think I'm a little crazy, so I need to establish a little credentials. I put myself through school, went to the American University in Paris to get my BA in International Business, and then a grad school called HCAN, an MBA program in France. Spent 6 years of my 20s in Paris, which is a great place to spend.
Awesome.
3 years of that was in strategic planning with American Hospital Supply, which eventually became Baxter Travenol. I actually traveled around Europe coordinating marketing strategies and all of the nationalized hospital systems. And I couldn't believe it. Back in those days, we thought it was so phenomenal what a great system we had here in the United States and how kind of like messed up those nationalized systems were over in Europe. God, I wish we had them now. Fast forward. 5 years ago, I ran a marathon. I'm in pretty good shape. 3 years ago, the ID store is actually a big part of our business. Is we engrave ID tags for dogs and cats. If anybody has a dog and cat with the Waukegan microchip system, we do their tags. We were doing about 2,000 tags a week at that point. And Waukegan came to us and they figured out that they had 100,000 dogs and cats running around the country with the wrong phone number on their tags. Not our fault. But they came to us and said, what can you do for us? So we had to go from making 2,000 tags a week to 2,000 tags a day in the summer of 2003. It was a hectic summer. And it turned out what we thought would be a nice windfall for the family. We paid off a lot of bills with that order. We were pretty pleased. At that time, we were going, The problem is, during that crazy summer, my wife, in charge of the bills, missed a insurance payment. We had been paying tens of thousands of dollars into the healthcare system for 20 years. 3 kids, never a claim. The best we could afford, we can't afford to offer to our employees. The best we could afford for ourselves is the high $5,000 deductible. So we never used the health care. It was just there in case we got hit by a bus. We paid out of pocket for all of the pediatricians and everything else. We paid it to go. She missed a payment. Got a notice that we were cut off. I said, what? All right, well, start us up again. Here's the money. No, we can't do that. You have to reapply. So we had to start over, we had to get the exams and everything else. That was infuriating, but that wouldn't have been the real problem. Here's the real problem. 6 months before that happened, I was turning 48, and I just decided, you know what, I haven't been to a doctor in years. I gotta go see him. My father died of a heart attack. I thought, at 63, I thought I should see where I'm at, start planning and working on this, proactive. They found high cholesterol, and they wanted to put me on Lipitor and this and that. I said I was going to try to do it naturally and became a vegan for about a year. That didn't work. I wouldn't recommend it anyway. So I eventually agreed to go on Lipitor. In the meantime, we needed health insurance, and they said, you're uninsured, we're not going to take you back. I said, what? So after a lot of negotiation, they took my family back, my wife and my 3 children, but they wouldn't take me back. So I haven't had health insurance for a couple of years now because of that vegan thing. They said maybe, my insurance guy said, maybe if you go on Lipitor and it gets it under control and they can see it's under control, after a year, we can start reapplying. So I've been the reluctant suicide bomber for the past couple of years. And I say that because if I go off right now, to stroke or something, I'm not going to take anybody in this room out. But I will take out all my loved ones, my wife and my children. I'll lose everything. So here's my plan. I got my results. I'm going to go in October with the doctor's meeting. I'm going to get my results and I'm going to start applying. Most likely I'm going to get shot down again. I'm not going to get back into the system. I was once a have, now I'm a have not. I'm seriously, as serious as the working end of a shotgun, thinking and planning and trying to figure out how I'm going to divorce my wife of 21 years, give her the business, give her the house, give her the cars, so that, gas myself adrift, so that when I go off, I'm the only one that goes off. Now, Jamie came in the other day, asked me to sign a form for this thing. He goes, "Do you want me to tell your story?" I said, "I'm not telling you my story. I'm not tell it to anybody who lives there." And his response was, with the eyes wide open, "That's stressed." I said, "Yeah, but I don't know what else to do to protect my family." And
So thank you, Dan, so much for sharing this.
there you go.
Appreciate you.
Wow. Hey. Hang in there.
You'll meet Jamie, our small business organizer, a little bit later. I want to now call on the, for over 100 years.